Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Marion County School Superintendent Laura Schlosser for Ask the Superintendent segment for the month of January. It's finally 2016. Can you believe it?
I know. It's gone by quick.
I know, it's crazy. So half the school year's over.
Absolutely, yes.
And we're working on the second part. And hopefully, as we're recording this, actually, you started an hour late today, right?
Yes, sir,
because
we
of
did.
snow.
Right.
That occurred over the weekend.
Right. We were worried about the temperatures and black ice, and we just felt like if we gave everyone an hour, the sun could come up, some more traffic could be on the roads. We want our drivers to be safe, and especially our kids driving in, because they don't necessarily have a lot of experience driving on the roads. And the other thing we have to think about is just our buses as well. They've been sitting over the weekend and trying to get those started, and we've got a great staff. Ricky was here first thing this morning, and we did have a couple little issues, but we got them started, and everybody got to school safe.
Exactly. So that's a good thing.
That's our number one priority.
Right, exactly. When you do an hour delay, that doesn't affect your days of school or the calculations that you have to do for the year, right?
No, actually, we are given about 5 hours of where we can do some delays. So we try to use those. We try to be conservative, but whatever we need to do, that's what we're going to do. But no, it will not count. We're all good. We're all still even. So. Okay.
Now, actually, while we're doing this as well, they're talking about some more snow possibly coming in on Tuesday. So we'll keep you up to date on how that turns out. But hopefully, you'll be able to be in school. If not, there's still the possibility of your other non-traditional days, right?
Yes, and so. I just had a meeting with some folks in the office, and we looked at the weather, we looked at the forecast, looked at the radar map. So it could be a possibility that, if the weather comes in the way it says.
And the timing.
It started out at 7 o'clock. My latest I just saw was 5 o'clock that it's supposed to come in. So I don't think that I'm going to be able to make a decision early. I do like, Gary, to make decisions early because I know folks are going off to work and they have to make arrangements for their kids. So I know the sooner people know, the better, but I'm not sure tomorrow morning is going to be one of those. And you mentioned the non-traditional school day. I do want folks to be prepared for that. There's lots of things out on the website for our students, and then there's also some paper and pencil packets that some children will have at their home for that. So it could be a possibility that we could see one of those days this week as well. Right.
So just keep tuned to some information from the school system. They'll let you know what you need to know, or whether it's going to be non-traditional or what have you for it. Now also, last week there was some news that we wanted to touch upon as well, where you had some police action at the school with a teacher who was arrested at Marion County High School. Can you tell us a little about that situation?
Well, I'll just basically reiterate what I said before. Is, the first we were made aware of this was around 3:30 that day, and the staff member was arrested. We are working hand in hand with the Sheriff's Department. We want to conduct our own investigation as well. We've asked parents if they have any information to please contact this office. Our number one priority is safety. And, we think it's very unfortunate that anything like this has happened, and we definitely don't want this to be something that happens again in the future.
Right. And in the press release from the Sheriff's Department, who did do the arresting, there was talk of potential of further action being taken with regard to this teacher.
Right, and that's what was shared with me as well. I have not been given any additional charges at this point. But the good thing about being in a small town is we all know each other really well, and we enjoy working together, and we want to work together to make our kids safe. So we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing, which is just working with them, and we'll keep you posted as it goes.
So safety is priority number one.
Absolutely.
Whether it's snow or other actions.
Absolutely.
Now, also coming up later this week, there's some exciting stuff going on with the school system. You're going to have a ribbon cutting for the Next Gen Lab, which some of our viewers had got a chance to kind of see a little preview of last month with you and Mr. Mattingly. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on there?
Right. Thursday is our regular scheduled board meeting, but we're going to do things a little bit different. First of all, it's at the high school, which has been planned, so it's not a special call meeting, but we'd already planned to have it at the high school. We're going to start our meeting at the library, and over the summer we did a little bit of renovation, and by renovation I mean painting carpet. It's amazing what painting carpet will do. Change the furniture around just a little bit. It's again amazing what you can, if you just move your sofa from one side of the room to the other side, but in this case just some tables. But we are going to have a ribbon cutting, and we're going to have we had a contest, and I probably don't know if I should even be saying this early, but we had a contest with our children, and with the new paint we didn't have anything to go on the walls. And as you know, it's easy to go out and buy lots of things, but what we did is we had a photojournalism contest and to capture the spirit of Marion County High School. So we put this out to our kids, and we have children who took pictures, and we selected those pictures, and they're going to be unveiled Thursday night. So not only are you going to see some pretty paint and new carpet, but you're going to see some wonderful artwork from our children, and they are going to tell us, in their opinion, what is the essence or the spirit of Marion County High School. So when we do our ribbon cutting, you know, obviously that's about new and improved in this case, because I don't know if you realize this, Gary, but Marion County High School is almost 50 years old.
Wow.
So, you know, that's, and I think we do a great job, you know, making Marion County High School, you know, clean and look nice, and we want our kids to enjoy the learning aspect. But we're excited about unveiling those photos, hearing from the kids about what they believe the spirit of Marion County High School is about. And so, you know, we're also going to, from the library, then we will walk down to the Next Gen Lab, and basically what happened there is we have taken the old industrial arts, where we actually did some graphic design and actually developed pictures the old-fashioned way with a dark room. And so just think about how much our world has changed since Marion County High School's open. So we've turned that into, like you said, our Next Gen Lab. So we're going to open that up, and we're going to have kids there that we're actually taking classes, as well as the design or the work. You know, for example, our kids built the cabinets, our kids built the countertops. And so think about that.
That's great.
They're not just walking into a classroom where someone designed the room for them, but they were actually a part of the designing and the making. So
that's great to utilize their skills like
absolutely, and what better way to have them to say, you know, I was a part of this. So we'll still have our regular meeting. We'll do some things. We'll always do our finance report and superintendent's report. We'll be looking at the new roof bids, or the possibility of putting those bids out for the new roof for West Marion. So a few little things like that, but mostly we just want to spend time at Marion County High School listening to what the kids have to say, and the opportunities there for the kids.
Absolutely. And everyone is invited to those ribbon cuttings for the library as well as the Next Gen Lab, and you get a chance to see them. Do you know how many students' pictures are going to be able to be displayed there?
Well, I met with them on Friday.
Several.
I mean, I think we're looking at 10 to 15, 20 kids. Great. So, and some children have more than one picture displayed. So
that's a great opportunity for them.
Absolutely, too. And what a wonderful leadership opportunity for those students. So.
Absolutely. Now, talking about technology, you have a program coming up too, the I2, is that what it's called? Right,
you're right. Okay. It's an I2 conference, and for those of you who are school employees, you're welcome to go to our website and you can see our commercial, which is really cool. But our I2 conference is going to be held on January the 19th. We are out of school next week on the 18th for Martin Luther King Day, and the students are also going to be out on the 19th. But our staff will be coming in, and it will be a technology conference, and we're going to have a keynote speaker. We've invited folks from around the state to present, but we also have some of our own staff members presenting and students. And so, you know, as a staff member, you will sign up electronically to be a part of different sessions. and we'll have sessions every 45 minutes, and we have about 20 to 30 sessions that people can pick from. And these sessions would be anything from how to implement Google Classroom to Twitter, the ethics of technology and social media. So we have lots of different sessions for folks to pick from, very excited. And this is really to give our staff an opportunity to say, okay, what can we do with technology to make our classroom the best ever? You know, we say we want our classrooms to be places where kids' dreams come true. I mean, we would be fooling ourselves, Gary, if we didn't know that technology is going to be a part of the world we live in today.
Absolutely.
And so what's that going to look like in a classroom? And as a teacher, what does that look like for me, and what can I use that for? And very excited about that, and very excited about at the end of the day, what will staff say to us as what they want to see as a next step? Because our big dream is that one-to-one technology.
It was interesting, a few months ago, I guess it was maybe November, I was down at Calvary Elementary School for a day where they had individuals from the community come in to kind of talk about their professions with students.
Right.
So I was able to use the Smartboards for each, because we moved around to the different classrooms, and show them our streaming on the Smartboard, as well as all the videos, like some of the interviews we did, and kind of utilize that technology right in their classroom, which was kind of cool, the opportunity to do that. So there's a lot out there that can be pulled into our community via the various different technology.
And isn't it great that you can do a field trip without ever leaving your classroom with the way we have the internet.
It's a virtual world.
Right. The world is flat. We just upgraded our internet filter, so we've got that in place, and we're working on all new wireless access points. So excited about that as well.
So we'll look forward to talking more about that next month when we're together, about how some of the outcomes and the information you got from that. You also have something going with your preschool as well, right?
This will be our second annual Over the Big Top preschool registration. That'll be February the 13th. We want to invite our families to be a part of that, regardless of whether you think that you're going to attend preschool with us or another program in our district. When Marion County says we want our children to be kindergarten ready and we want all kids to participate in preschool, we have a great community with all types of options. We have our preschool, we have our private preschools, we have our parochial, we have at-home sitters. We want our kids to be able to come to kindergarten ready for kindergarten. This registration will be about getting information about what is it that your kids need to know and be able to do before they come. Everything from, what kind of physicals and other kinds of things that our kids have to have. It'll be an interactive day. It should be a lot of fun. It was a huge success last year. I think we had around 175 kids come through last year, so we're looking forward to that. And to go along with that, this week or next week, we're also having our second early childhood committee meeting for this school year. And very, very excited about that committee of folks coming together to talk about what we need to do to make sure our kids are ready for kindergarten.
Absolutely, because it's very important, the studies that are showing.
Absolutely. Generally, if kids come in behind, it takes several years to get them caught back up. And so when we talk about the end in sight and we talk about our children being college and career ready, it's about, that doesn't start the day they walk in Marion County High School. That actually starts at birth, and that's why we have the initiative with the books in the hospitals, and that we're encouraging parents to read to their children 20 minutes a day. So.
Absolutely. Now, for the program that's going to be on February 13th, you said, right? That's a Saturday, then
yes.
I assume, right? Okay. Are the parents, should they come to be there with them during the experience? Okay.
They're going to go through that with them, and so during that, they'll hear things, anything from, last year I had the wonderful opportunity to do face painting. But while I was doing that face painting, there were certain questions I was asking the kids, but they didn't realize that I was asking them, like, can you tell me your full name? Can you tell me what your mother's name is? What's your father's name? What's your address? And so those were some questions that I was asking the kids during the face painting, which they loved and I enjoyed a lot. But it was just those kinds of questions, and then parents hear me ask those kinds of questions, and that's questions that they can ask their kids. So yes, I encourage parents to attend.
Now also, as we said, we're getting towards it's the second half of the year, so Coming up in April, you have another event that you've been doing for the past couple of years, your
Right.
summit, right?
Right. This will be our 3rd annual Spring Summit, so we're so excited. It gives us an opportunity to update the community on the progress we're making toward our 6 big dreams. And, you know, regardless of what kind of accountability system we have, Gary, in Marion County, our community said that, you know, we want big things for our kids, and these 6 big dreams are a great way to do that. So it's a wonderful opportunity for the community to come together to see our progress. And this year we've got a couple special things. One of them's a surprise I'm not going to talk about, but the other one is we will be unveiling our Dream Bus. So very excited about what folks are going to think about the work that our children have done to make this happen, as well as the potential for what this Dream Bus can do for our community, especially in the summer.
Absolutely. So you'll be able to hear more about that on April the 14th, and that is open to the public. It's a public board meeting.
Absolutely,
you know.
it's a public board meeting, and we would encourage our community to attend. We would like to ask you to call our board office and register, just because we will have some food, because it is in the evening, and if we're going to ask folks to spend the evening with us, we do want to make sure that they've had a little bite to eat, so that they can spend the time they need to help us get some additional ideas of what we can do in the future.
And it has been at Center Square in the past.
Yes.
It'll be there again this year.
It'll be there again, and I'm just pleased that we had such a great turnout last year, and I would anticipate that we'll have another good turnout this year.
Great. So a lot of stuff going on with the Marion County school system. Again, I've been talking with Marion County School Superintendent Laura Schlosser, and we'll be back next month. And if you have questions you'd like me to pass on to Ms. Schlosser, just email us at info@channel6tv.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, this has been Gary White for Central Kentucky Television.